The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by its host and guest on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. I express firmly I am here to have a fun time, and don't need anyone ruining it by being butthurt. Take your clapped cheeks somewhere else. I am not a professional, I just play one on the show. Thank you, and continue supporting. Deuces.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Hey,
You're not getting it. It's not clocking.
I know a gentleman that's going to be a big part of an upcoming.
Special
Here it comes.
characters.
Here it comes.
I can't help it that I'm custom made.
You have an emergency contact?
On my cool J.
Hello,
good people. If you couldn't tell from the intro, I am
On my cool J.
aka Mr. Big, and we're here for another action-packed episode. No, there's no action here. It is not here, my friends. But hopefully you guys are doing great out there. I don't know what time you're listening to this, what day you're listening to this. I just hope that you guys are doing good. You're in good spirits, and if you're not, get in good spirits. All right, the holiday season. All right, there's no reasons why you shouldn't be in good spirits right now. It's not like you're about to take on a bunch of debt to go shopping for the holiday season, to pay money for a turkey that we eat once a year, or to go Christmas shopping for gifts, or all of these things that could be things that don't become burdens. All right, this is all I'm saying. You should be happy, enjoy life, take in some. I don't know where I was going with that. So, hey guys, hopefully you guys are doing good out there, and let's go ahead and move forward. Let's move forward. I don't know where I want to start. Today was like a work filled week adventure. So yeah. Now wait. Before we get there, I started off my week by watching some stand up. And I was watching this artist or this comedian by the name of Joy Coy. And Joy Coy is a funny comedian. I love watching his work. So he always talks about his parents and how his mom is like a major figure or an important person in his life. But he was like, yo, she messes with me a lot when I was growing up. So that's like the thing. Like when people start talking about their parents, they just talk about the things that the parents did. And it was like, it wasn't funny at the time, but it's fucking funny as an adult seeing it. So it resonates. And while I'm watching this, he goes through this segment where he talks about, hey, I remember when my mother found out I had talent and that I could break dance and I could just dance. And one of my favorite impersonations was doing the Michael Jackson. And she would go, oh my God, anytime somebody comes to the house, guests, neighbors, strangers, yo, go do the Michael Jackson dance. Do the Michael Jackson dance. Yo, do the Michael Jackson dance. And in hindsight, seeing that as an adult, I was laughing like, ha, ha, ha. And then core memory triggered. And I remember my parents used to do the same thing. And it was like, whoa. So my parents used to make me dance battle my cousin Chris in the middle of the living room in front of everybody when they were all drunk and shit. Oh, no, do the dance. And I'm overweight and short. I only had one dance move in my arsenal. It was called the Toro. So basically, I would move my arms like this, and I would kick my feet back like a bull, like what bulls do when they wind up to go charge at somebody. That was my dance move, all right? All right? Somebody's like, cows do that too. Go fuck yourself. But yeah. And then they would have us in the middle of the living room and we would dance battle. And the only reason I remember this is because we have it on VHS. Somebody thought it was like, oh my God, this is so funny, recorded on VHS. And that's what they would do. So I was like, so I'm listening to it. My parents ain't shit either. They used to do that to me too. But they recorded it. So there's a tape, like the children, there's this thing called the VHS tape that they recorded on their gigantic camcorder of that night of them making us do things. And you're probably like, that's fucked up. But you got to understand, back in the day, there was no YouTube. Like now, if a guest comes over, like, oh my God, I saw this funny video. Let me put it on the TV so you guys can see it. Oh my God, it's so funny. No, there was no YouTube back then. So they would just make us be the goddamn YouTube video. Like, yo, go do the dance. go wrestle each other, go fight each other, go do this shit, go do that. Talent show time, this, that, this. So I'm having this conversation with my cousin Kevin, and he was like, yo, my dad used to make me battle our cousin Danny. And I was like, these sons of bitches. Like, and I was like, can we get revenge on that? Or is that like elder abuse? I'm like, no, 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 dad. We're having a party here. You dance here. Like, no, mom, you dance here. You do a stupid dance and entertain all of us. Can we do that? I think that's elder abuse. I don't think we're allowed to do that. I see social workers in your service for that. Oh, so like there's this thing going on where I'm laughing because remember when you used to go to like the supermarket with your parents and your parent would be like, wait, like you're online at the register and your parents like, wait, I gotta get one more thing and then disappear. And it just feels like the cashier lady is just now going faster because she knows you're by yourself. And yeah, Uno reverse in this day and generation because I've been seeing videos on TikTok, which is funny, where they are going to the supermarket with their parents, whether it's their mom or their dad. Like, hold up, dad, I gotta get one more thing. Or hold up, mom, I gotta get one more thing. And they go off to the side and they're just recording it. And like you can see the sheer panic in this grown adult's face. Like, wait, where is she? Wait, what? Because the lady's like ringing it up. The lady's ringing up everything. And now they're at the end of the last item that's rung up. And you can see her like, wait, no, 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 she's coming. She's coming. There's like a line building up. And I was like, oh man, that is hilarious. That is hilarious. I don't know what you could get away with to doing the old people. Remember when they used to dress you in terrible clothing? Can you do that to older people now? Look at me. It sounds like I'm plotting. Like I have some vengeance to get. But yeah, it was just mad funny. So watching this triggered something, but it was just jokes. I was like, yo, I'm like, I could probably talk about something similar like this too, about my life too, because that's exactly what they would do. So they used to make us Michael Jackson dance battle each other. But we didn't know Michael Jackson moves to dance battle each other. The best we could do is a moonwalk that we couldn't perfect the moonwalk. We're just walking backwards in the living room. In the living room, like, huh? Is this the Michael Jackson? Like, no, do it again. Like, you would think they were putting us to like a talent show for us to become rich and famous or some shit. But I was like, okay. But yeah, I was just laughing. I was like, oh, okay. So it was funny because I think I remember one moment. I don't know if my cousin Chris remembers, but one time they had us dance battling in Christmas, and he was just doing way too much. I'm doing my the Elaine Bennis. I'm basically doing the Elaine Bennis. My brother, I forgot what he was doing, but this nigga Chris decides to get on the floor and do a floor spin. I was like, "What are you doing? That's not the choreography. That's not the choreography. What fam? What are you doing?" So I gotta tell you, when he got back up, just just pushed the shit out of him out the fucking frame. It's on camera too. It's all on VHS. So I was like fucking dying. I was like, yo, because it reminded me of the video. Those three girls, they're like doing the dance. They're doing like a dance choreography, and the girl Jada just goes off and does her own shit. That was Chris. I was the other girl, and this nigga was Jada. And the way I threw that nigga across the room, because I've been fat my whole life, so I always had an extra set of power on me. So it was like fucking jokes. That's all I was thinking about. Same comedy sketch. Well, like I said, I was binge watching like comedy episodes, and I was laughing because this Tuesday that just passed was freezing for the first time. Like this is the first time I feel like we're actually gonna get like a real winter. Like I feel like we're gonna be like, oh no, we in the shits now. We've been coasting with this global warming, warm winter, 65 on Christmas weather. I think we're finally here. Like, oh no, we're here now. You're gonna feel this shit. So what happened was I was watching some stand up and this girl just happened to get in my peripheral at work, and it reminded me of this joke because it's a joke that seems like it's how can I it seems like a sexist joke, but it's really beautifully built. It's from Neil Brennan. So you ever recited a joke and just been totally off and like nobody found it funny, just everybody's offended? That's basically what happened to me. So what happened was freezing cold Tuesday. My building didn't turn the heat on. So I was like, okay. So I'm at work in freezing conditions. I should have took my ass home. But I was like, no, I'm gonna work. And this girl that she is cute, she's attractive and all this stuff. Um, in this cold weather day, everybody's like in Uggs, like the work. Everybody's bundled up. And this girl's walking around with a skirt, like a pencil skirt. And I was like, I know you're fucking freezing. I know you're freezing. And she goes like, no, I have on these what she said? She's like, I have these stockings, thin ass stockings. I was like, I know you're freezing. She's like, I'm also starving too, which triggered me to go, yo, y'all are built like poorly designed project buildings in the Bronx. That's not the joke. See, that's not the joke. She just got offended. She's like, you just said I'm poorly built. I was like, let me finish the joke. Let me finish the joke. Let me remember the joke, but let me finish the joke. And she just got offended and walked away. And I could see her go to the other girls like, do you know what this motherfucker just said to me? And I'm like, let me finish the joke. Let me finish the joke, please. I swear to God. So the joke is from Neil Brennan. And he goes, one thing you can always count on women to be is freezing or starving. Always. Doesn't matter what day it is, what time of the day, freezing or starving. So she said the key words. I was like, freezing or starving. But everybody knows that NYCHA has the best heat. So I was completely wrong on that one. I was like, it was supposed to be like another building. So completely botched the joke. And she didn't let me correct the joke. So I was like, okay. So he goes, if you ever think about what a woman eats all day, she'll tell you, if you ask a woman what she ate that day, she'll tell you some stupid shit. She'd be like, oh, I ate like a handful of, I drank like coconut water and a handful of peanuts or some hummus. They'll tell you some dumb shit like that. And I'm like, that's why you're starving. And then he goes, y'all are also built weird, which it didn't sound good when he said that too. But it was like, you got to think about women, their anatomy is built weird. It's beautiful. It's amazing, but it's built weird. I'm like, you like chesty, big chest, thin waist, nice thighs, tiny feet. He was like, if you ask an architect to build that, he would tell you that structure is unsafe. And there's a high chance of it always being freezing and starving in that building. That's the joke. That's the joke. What I said did not sound the same. So I was like, shit. I was like, wait. I was like, I fucked something up. In my mind, I'm like, I fucked something up. And he's like, he says, I look box shaped and poorly built. And that black men are going inside me in and out. I was like, first of all, NYCHA isn't just for black men. Okay, everybody's in NYCHA. All right, you added that part, you racist. So it was just like mad funny. I was like, oh shit, I didn't get the joke off right. And everybody's like, this guy's next to me. He's like, did you just call her a poorly built person? So another girl takes it further. She comes up to me. She's like, God's gonna strike you. God's gonna strike. I was like, what the hell are you talking about? This is Bugs talking to me. I got a story with Bugs later. So Bugs is like, God's gonna strike. You told her that she's poorly built and God created her body. I was like, Bugs, I don't got time for your shit. She was like, my intuition tells me that you don't know shit about women. I was like, spell intuition. And then she walked away because she couldn't spell intuition. But it was just like mad crazy. I was like, great, I am marked in this office again as a fucking sexist because I just can't learn to shut the fuck up sometimes. So that was my work days. And I think she's coming around, but she was still a little upset. So I was like, okay, whatever. But here comes the bug story. So we've been planning to go to a bar around my job for like about 10 weeks now. Everybody keeps canceling. I stopped planning it. So they took an initiative and they planned it. So we were all supposed to go to a haunted house on Halloween. And everybody didn't go. Like everybody just didn't go. So we were like, all right, we have to do another night where we all can go. Okay. Bugs set up like, all right, we're gonna go to this restaurant called the Tap Room. We're gonna go there. We're gonna have drinks, and then we're gonna go home. I was like, copy, no problem. So through this whole conversation that we're having, one of the girls that was supposed to come with us last night didn't come to work. She called out. Then she goes, I don't think we should go. And I was like, yo, fam, it's up to you. I don't care. But just know that this cancellation falls 1000% on you because I can tell you didn't want to go. So she's like, no, it's not that. I want to go. But if she's not here, then what's the point of going? I was like, just say you don't want to go. I'm like reverse psychologizing her. So she's like, no. We're going to go. And I'm like laughing. So I talked to my other coworker and she's like, this girl canceled 5 times before you came in. So I was like, so why are we going? And she's like, because you kind of forced. I was like, I didn't force nobody. We have a whole 12-hour shift in front of us. She can change her mind whenever she wants. At the end of the day, I really wanted to cancel. I was like, I don't want to do this shit. I'm fucking tired. So everybody's like, yay, we're going to the bar. I was like, yeah. But they're kind of on a weird pretense or prefix or pre whatever that that I might cover the whole bill. That did not happen. They sent that check over and I was like, they put it like right in front of me and I just took the check and I just slid it right back in front of them. I was like, hey yo, that's y'all's. So it was like too funny because here comes the sexist talk. Whenever it comes to somebody else's money, people be quick to do the most. So I was like, all right. I was like, everybody got 1 drink at first, then 2 drinks, 3 drinks, appetizers, a beer that they didn't drink. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? There's like a lot going on here. And the bill comes and the bill wasn't crazy. I could have covered it. But it was the fact that everybody kind of looked at me like this, like, are you going to pay for us? And I'm like, I am not sleeping with any of y'all. We could split this evenly, but no, I'm not going to pay the whole bill. I was like, y'all must be tripping. So I was like laughing. So I was like, nah, I ain't doing none of that. But we're at this place. We're chilling. They had some poor guy singing. I'm an asshole. I'll let you guys know this right off the bat. I am a dickhead. They had this guy. Like, they didn't build the stage for him. They just put him in a chair in a random booth. Like, hey, man, sing your music. And we were trying to get the vibe in this place. I was like, it seems kind of like we're the only people of color in here. And then the only other person of color is singing. And he's like doing the worst rendition of music ever. But they have him in the back corner. And when we get in there, it's filled, but it's not filled. There's enough places for us to sit. And where do they place us? In the back corner next to him. I'm like, all right. So at first I'm looking around like, all right, I got to get a full blast of this dude trying to do electro, jazz, funk cover bands of rock and roll 80s. Do you know that's a mouthful right there? That's a lot right there. That's like electric jazz cover of 80s rock music. What does that sound like? Like shit. It sounds like shit. It sounds terrible. So I'm trying to like gauge what's going on. I'm like, place is empty, only people of color, and they managed to put all of us in one section of the restaurant. All the colored people are in this one corner. And I'm like, is this by accident or is this planned? I'm trying to figure this shit out. So at one point, the dude that's singing starts playing Journey. I love the Journey song. Don't stop believing. Do you know how hard it is to butcher that song or not get people to sing? It is the most craziest shit for not to when that song comes on. I'm just a small time girl living in a lonely world. And then empty, quiet. Everybody's just talking about whatever they're talking. I think the Knicks were playing. They actually won a game. So I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, all right, let's see what else is going on. Now I'm looking around and I'm like, all right, something's weird. So I pointed it out to the girls. And the girls like, oh, hell no, you really think that's what happened? I was like, I don't know if that's what happened, but that's what it looks like it happens. And he continues to do terrible renditions of music. So I got tired of it. I was like, yo, I walked up to him. He's like, any recommendations? Yes. Stop. Like, how much are they paying you for the night? I'll give you the rest of the difference. Like, it was so annoying. Like I said, quiet bar. When certain songs come on, people go crazy. If I start playing dum 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 dum, 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 dum. Girl, you look good when you bet. That whole bar was fucking crazy. And it was like, nah, buddy, this ain't it. This ain't it. So he took the money, thank God. And we just continue with our evening of drinking and stuff. So Bugs doesn't like to go out. Bugs is a what are they called? She's a hermit crab. She likes to stay home. That's all she likes to do. Work, home. And we're like, yo, you gotta enjoy life a little. Just go out. You don't gotta go out every night, but you could just go out. And she's like, all right, no. So we get her out. It's like 9:30, getting close to 10. It's between that time frame. You remember that commercial? It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? That's what I felt triggered the next chain of events that happened because it was fucking jokes. So what happened was we were all there, sitting there. Our drinks had just came. We're having fun. She ordered like a lemon drop. I'm all over here drinking an old fashioned. The girls are drinking like imported beer and all this shit. So lagers, whatever they're called. Lagers, I think it's lagers. And her phone rings. And she has her phone up. And you could kind of see who's calling. And that shit says mom. So I was like, oh, her mom probably needs something. So she picks up the phone like, hey, mom, what's going on? And she's like, where are you? You're not at home. Are you okay? Are you safe? And I was like, just go, I am so drunk right now. She was like, what was that? I could hear her because her mom's kind of loud. She's like, whoa, where are you? Are you okay? And she's like, mom, I'm hanging out with my friends. And she was like, you have friends? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, but I'm fucking dying. So she's like, yeah. She's like, mom, I'm out. She's like, are you sure? Are you okay? Don't drink too much. Don't do this. Don't do that. Moms just being moms. And then she goes, I gotta go, mom. You're embarrassing me. I'm 43 years old and you're saying I can't hang out with my friends. So I'm fucking crying. So I'm like, that's exactly how it plays out when somebody that breaks normal routine and they're like, hey, where the fuck are you? Like, oh, I'm out. Are you okay? Are you being kidnapped? So she said, I gotta go, mom. I gotta go. So she hangs up the phone on her mom. I was like, that's crazy. 2 seconds later, mom's calling again. And now we're all on the table hip to it. She picks up. We're all like, woo, woo. Like, that's all she's hearing in the background is us cheering. Like, woo, oh my God, we're gonna get drunk. Is that cocaine? So the mom's like, what did she say? And I'm like, yo. She's like, mom, they're playing with you. I was like, yo. So it was like very funny because I was like, yo, it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, your parents are always going to be like your parents. Like, what are you doing? Don't do this. Make good decisions. So I was in tears, bro, because she's a mother too. I was like, yo, you're telling another mother to be responsible. But she doesn't see it like that. She's like, yo, that's my baby. So it was just like jokes. I was like, yo, I was like, damn, girl, you really don't be going out like that. They was about to put a missing persons report on your ass. So it was just jokes. So the whole time I'm there, I'm just sipping on my old fashioned. The girls are talking girl shit. And Bugs and Neeks are like single. So I'm like, every dude that's walking by is like, hey, yo, you like what you see? Like, I'm just being a dick. Like, hey, yo, she's free. Like, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. And the guys are like, I'm married. Like, there's a fucking ring on your finger, you liar. So that's the kind of vibes I was having at. So I was like, all right, cool. So it was just jokes. And then they try to throw me into, they try to put me under pressure because the waitress lady was cute. So I was like, oh, she's cute. So they try to go, oh, my friend thinks you're like really cute. What do you think of him? Like, they were trying to do like that. And I was like, first of all, threw a monkey wrench in it. I was like, I know your name. I didn't. But they don't know your name. And we have a bet going on that whoever doesn't guess right pays the bill. So there's 4 of us. I was like, me, her, and her. We know your name is Amanda, but she thinks your name's Esmeralda, the girl that started the whole shit. She's like, Esmeralda? Why would my name be Esmeralda? That's what I'm saying. Why would your name be Esmeralda? That's kind of racist if you ask me. I was like, it be your own people's. I was like, yeah. And then I walked off to the side and bagged her by the fucking bar. And she was like, you had to do that. You had to throw me under the bus to go get her number. I was like, yeah, you're going to be forever be known as the girl that mislabeled her, that misnamed her, all this shit. So it was like mad jokes. That shit was funny as hell. So I was like, all right. But my night doesn't end there. We all break ways. They got work in the morning. I'm just chilling. I was supposed to record last night. I'm just doing it now. All right, whatever. I was hungry. I didn't want to spend $15 to $20 on French fries. So after we left, went to McDonald's, got some food. All right. All I had to drink was the old fashioned. So I was Gucci. I wasn't like inebriated or any of that shit. Driving home on the parkway. Guess that song. I say I'm about to ruin it. But yeah. Driving home. My McDonald's bag is on the floor. Should have put it on the seat. But I got leather seat. I want to get food grease on my leather seats. So I put it on the floor. I was like, all right. I was like, damn, I'm hungry. I got French fries. I got some French fries. Let me reach in the bag, get some French fries. Put my hand in the bag, and I swerve a lot of it. Not a little bit, a lot of it. But there was nobody next to me, or at least I thought. All I hear is, woo, lights. I was like, oh shit, I'm being pulled over. Got it. Okay. Now, I don't like moments that make me look fat. I don't like moments like that. I don't like moments like that. I don't. I know that I'm fat. I just don't like the moments. I just don't like them. So, get pull over to the side. He's like, are you okay, sir? Did you have anything to drink? I was like, why do you ask? He's like, I saw you swerving. Yes, I did have something to drink. I had a lot to drink, but I think I'm fine. I think I should sober now. He's like, what did you say? I was like, I did have something to drink, but I am not drunk. He's like, but you're swerving. I was like, we could do whatever sobriety test you want to do, bro. Let's go. You want me to? Well, I was about to say, you want me to blow on something? No, I'm sorry. No, that was a real.
Oh boy, over the top.
No. I didn't say that, guys, because he would have been like, I have some. No. Then in that situation, I would have been the.
You're a
That would
victim.
have been me. No, I'm fine. No. But I was like, whatever sobriety test you want to do, we could do. Brings out the breathalyzer. Blow clean. Pause. He was like, oh, but I guess you were okay. I was like, yeah, I know I am okay. All right. He's like, watch the swerving. Cool. You're probably like, why would you tell him that? Because in my mind, it is worse for me to be like, the reason I swerve, officer, is because my food was on the floor and I was reaching for it and I was being really fucking fat and showing that I didn't have discipline. So I was trying to get some French fries in my mouth while driving and I just happened to slip off the road a little. And then I had grease, French fry grease on my fingers so the steering wheel slipped. That sounds way worse to me. No, fuck yeah, I was drinking. Yeah, no, crazy. Oh, shit. He was like, there's no alcohol in this shit. I was like, he was like, I'm not getting this. But he was like, make sure you're good. Make sure you're straight. I was like, all right, thank you, officer. I'm on my way. Goodbye. Toodaloos. So it was fucking funny to me. I was like, all right. I was like, I gotta stop being fat. I was like, yeah, no, officer. I was doing heroin. I was not eating any food. I was treating that nigga like he was my heart doctor. What did you eat this week? Vegetables. Only vegetables. Oh my God, so many vegetables. Big, beautiful vegetables. Cucumbers, eggplants. Like, see, you're like, wait, what? I don't like the shape of those things. But yeah. Vegetables, tomatoes. That's a fruit. Well, are we being technical now? Like, okay. But yeah. So that was my week, people. That was my week. There's more, but that's what stood out to me the most this week. So I'll probably get to it at the end. But yeah. I think I'm gonna get out of that section and I'm gonna go to where is that? Hold up. In the fuck? There we go. We're gonna go to the movie section. And this week, spoiler alert. I'm gonna talk about Predator Badlands. Loved it. I love this movie. I recommend this movie to anybody. 10 out of 10. Even if you're one of those goofballs that are like, oh, so this is not accurate to the lore. Shut the fuck up. Go watch it. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. You can even watch it with kids because they made something for everybody in it. They made a strong woman character. You know how I normally complain about that shit. Like, why do we need a strong woman character? She was fire. We ain't got introduced to a new creature that's going to be a plushie. That character was fire. Everything in the movie was fire. My one gripe that I will say, I'll save it for later. But it's not even like a real gripe. It didn't hold nothing against the movie that I hated. The movie was fire. I am a huge Predator fan, so I might be a little biased because I love all the Predator movies, even the one that people hated, which The Predator. So people hated that movie. I kind of love that movie. They had an all-star, not an all-star, an all-star B-line cast in it. That Munchak, baddie in that movie. Is there a baddie in this movie? No, there's no baddie in this movie. Okay. I mean, unless you want to say that Robot Girl is a baddie, but that's where we're heading in this generation. Dudes are trying to fuck robots. So what happened was people didn't like the other Predator because it introduced a new armor and us going against. Basically, that movie is about a Predator going rogue and giving humans a fighting chance against the Predators by giving us an armor that could withstand 10 Predators at the same time. Pause. That sounds like a Bang fucking show. So I blacked and the Bang's another one. Do you Googles? But yeah. So people hated it. It's like, why would we need that? Why would they give us that? Blah 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 blah. But I did like the cast because there was a guy that had Tourette's, and I just told you that Munchak looked bad. So there's a scene where like she doesn't taser herself, she tranquilizes herself and falls asleep on the bed, and they wake her up, and like they're all standing at like 6 feet away from the bed, like, yo, we're trying to figure out what's going on. We're trying to be cool. We don't want to be creepy and all that shit, but they're all being creepy because they're all watching her. So she wakes up, and they're taking bets, and they're like, yo, I bet you $10 she goes for the shotgun. And then it was like, all right, let's step it up. I bet you another $10 that she pulls the trigger. And there's like, I don't know about that one. But sure enough, Shorty reaches for the shotgun and she's fighting with her. He's like, all right, yo, you don't got to do all this shit. And she just pulls the trigger. Everyone's like, oh shit, she tried to kill you. So it was like mad funny, bro. I love that scene. And then she's trying to leave the apartment and the dude with Tourette's is at the door. He's like, lick her pussy. She was like, what'd you say? He was like, have a good day. She was like, you didn't say that. You said lick my pussy. And she was like, no. You're hearing things. You're crazy. Why would I say that? Like, it's like, yo, he has Tourette's. Relax. he ain't even like, he ain't even on that time. So back to Predator Badlands. Predator Badlands is about the coming of age for a predator, I guess. So it's about him going through his trials to become a top tier hunter. And one of the last steps that you get is your camouflage. What the predator is known for is that camouflage shit. So you got to earn that. They just don't give that to you. So anytime you ever seen a predator with that, they did some shit. They went to a planet to go kill something and bring it back to the king predator. So that's what made it fire. Now we get introduced to the storyline, and basically the main predator in this movie is the king predator's baby son that he deems as a runt. He's like, yo, nah, he is not of my ilk. Get rid of him. So to make it up and show that, like, yo, I'm built like that, I'm like that, he goes to what's that shit called? He goes to this planet, which is like just death. Like they all go, nobody goes to this planet. He's like, yo, your pops is scared to go to this planet. And like there's like a creature on this planet. And he was like, nah, like everybody that's went to this planet for this creature has died. So he's like, fuck it, I'll do it. He's, ego. So he goes to the planet, and right from the gate, he learns this planet is not for play. Like right from the gate, he lands and he's already in the shit. So he ended up crash landing because him and his father and his brother got into a fight. Basically, the father wanted him dead because he deemed him weak, and he told his brother to do it, but the brother didn't want to do it. So he was like, nah, I'm not going to kill him. He let him free, threw him in the airplane, but not before the father could kill his brother and do some damage to the ship. So he gets knocked out, falls asleep, and he's going through space, and he crash lands on the planet that he wanted to go to. So cool. When he crash lands, he's setting himself up. He's thinking like, "Oh shit, is sweet." He's like, "This is my bow. This is my knife. This is my gun. This is that. This is this. This is that." And he's laying it out on the table, and he's hearing noises going on. So he's being like looking around. He's checking. He doesn't have a helmet, and because he didn't earn it yet. So while he's looking around, something in the background is taking his weapons. And he's like, "What the fuck?" So he turns back around. He's like, "You know, this shit's gone." And then we get introduced to what is the thing that's taking his weapons. And the tree area that he's in, all the trees are alive and they're predators. So they tried to kill him and eat him and all this shit. So I was like, "Oh, that's fire." And then you just see more. So they do like a background, like everything is alive and is a threat on this planet. That is wild to me. Like everything that you was like, "Oh, maybe that's something." Nah, that's something. Like even the grass was dangerous. The grass was like made out of razor blades. Like it looked like grass, but it's so sharp like razor blades that if you touch it, you will cut yourself. So fire planet, fire concept, all this shit. The most littlest thing is the most dangerous thing. And the most biggest thing is still the most dangerous thing. So it was a dope movie. I loved it. During his stay there, we get introduced to the Whaling Corp, and they've been around since the beginning. If you watch the Alien franchise, those are the ones that sent them out to space and all this shit. So yeah, and they're doing research on the animals there. So you get introduced to the idea of AI with emotions or emotional manipulations that they could do to animals or creatures or people. So that's what made it a fire movie. And then he goes to the trials and blah 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 and so on and so forth. And guess what? They win. Still a good movie. I know I sound sarcastic and all this shit, but it's a great movie. Really go watch it. Now, the one scene that I didn't like, was the father. In the beginning, the father pulls up to his sons, and he gave his son an order that wasn't very like predator like. Like I can't see as the lore that I love, that I grew up watching, reading, and all this shit. I can't see the pops going, "Yo, I told you to kill him," and he was like, "Okay." He would say that. He was like, "He's weak. He's a runt. Like, kill him. He makes us look bad." All right, cool, on board. And he got, "You should have just killed him in his sleep." And I'm like, wait, he wouldn't say something like that. He would be like, "Nah, all right, go do this. Come back. If you don't, you're a disgrace and you still die anyway, right?" But he was like, "You should have just killed him in his sleep. We're wasting our time. Blah, blah, blah. Just kill him. Kill him now." And I'm like, I get that you got to come up with a story for this shit, but I was like, I didn't like that one. That's the only part I didn't like. The part that where their dad is like, "Oh, you should have just killed him in his sleep." They would not say that. They would not do that. They would just kill you. There's no need for that shit. Kill him in his sleep. Show him mercy. I know that's your son too, but I'm like, you still want your son to be dead. Like, come on. Who are we talking to? So I was like, all right, cool. That's the only tweak that I didn't like. I was like, I'm not a fan of that part right there. That part is like, meh. Like, okay. But yeah, that's what it was like. He wouldn't say that. He wouldn't say that. That's not like him. Sound like a loser saying that. He wouldn't do that. That's what I just sound like. He wouldn't do that. Oh my God. That's not my king. Like, what are we talking about? But yeah. I genuinely like the movie. That's a movie. Have you ever been to a movie theater to go watch a movie and then you had to get angry that you had to get up and go pee because you like wild out during the commercials, like sipping all of your drink and you're like, all right, I should be fine now. And then you got to go get up and pee in the middle of the movie. I stayed there for the whole goddamn movie. At one point, I was contemplating peeing in my soda cup so I wouldn't miss a scene. That's how much I liked the movie that I genuinely did not get up to go pee. I sat my ass down there and watched the whole thing. And then when it ended, I ran out of there and went to go pee. Missed, completely ruined that stall. All right. If I was a dog, everything in that bathroom is marked. So yeah. But genuinely a good movie. I like it. I kind of want to see where they're going to take it from there. We're supposed to get a Predator movie with pirates. And I would love to see that because they did such a great job with the Native Americans. And then I really like Predator Killer of Killers. Even though it was animated, it was still good. It was still a good enough watch. And that even that predator is different. That king predator is different. I'm saying predator a lot. Am I gonna get flagged for this? But even that king predator is way more different than the predator that we got in the live action. Because there was a scene in the end of Killer of Killers where they're about to chase the people that are escaping. And they was like, yo, the guy was like setting up to blow up their spaceship. And he was like, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? We're going to hunt them. Why would we blow up the spaceship? No, we're going to find them and we're going to kill them. What do you mean? And like, that's soft shit. So it was like always funny to me. But the most interesting part of this movie was in every movie, we only see it from the human perspective. So they have like a language. They have like a whole language. And people that know this language is crazy. But this is the first time we actually hear them talk in their dialect. And then halfway through the movie, like, all right, we're going to change it to English. We're like, all right, thank God we created the machine that can translate for everybody to understand. But they speak their language, and that shit was fire. I was like, oh shit, we never got this side from, because I would think that some, like even like in Alien versus Predator, like they would talk, but they wouldn't talk. Like you would just see like a translation. Yeah. And there's like a whole sentence. Like, we gotta go, the spaceship is coming. Like shit like that. Oh, the spaceship says there's intruders on the vessel. I'm like, that's a lot of words for so yeah. It's like they're Asian or something. It's like old school kung fu movies. Like dum dum dum. That means you will die. Like, and its mouth keeps moving. So yeah, that shit was fire. I suggest if you guys are gonna watch that movie, go watch it. You can bring the kids, your wife or your girlfriend might enjoy it, or your partner. Yeah, that part. If two dudes watching that movie would be lit. All right. All right. If you and your partner go watch that movie and you guys are a fan, you guys are gonna be high-fiving the whole time. Keep it at high-fiving to go extra. All right. All right. It's weird. But yeah. And what made it nice for me was I went to go watch this movie theater and I paid the guy like a little $5 extra to turn on the speakers a little bit louder because I was the only one that went the day before premiere night, which is Thursday. I tell everybody, whenever a movie comes out on Friday, go watch it Thursday because 9 times out of 10, nobody knows that the movie comes out on Thursday. So I was in there, whole movie theater empty. Fucking loved it. I loved it. And just a good watch. So I'm done with this review. And hopefully you guys didn't get too bored from me talking about the same thing that I've been talking about this whole year, which is predators. Is that you, Mr. Hansen? But yeah. So from here, I think we're going to go to...
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
The cool report, the cool report, the cool report, the cool. So, I got some topics. 2 topics are the same topic, but they, what the hell? Patrick Beverly team says arrest stems from confrontation after finding sister with 18-year-old. Oh, that seems like another episode, a podcast. I should cover that one. So, Big T is doing a lot in the office right now, so he's all over the news. So it's very entertaining watching this because he just proposed a couple of new changes in homeowner policies and shit like that. So he introduced the 50-year mortgage to tackle the housing crisis. 50 years. 50 years. 50. As I see people running to do this. I see dummies running to do a 50-year mortgage. I see them running to do it. And you're going to be like, okay, I don't get what the issue is. Yeah, you're paying a crazy amount of interest on that shit. That's one. 2, in America, I'm 38 years old. If I go buy a house right now, 38, 48, 58, 68, 78, 98, it won't be paid off until I'm 98. Shit, if I go buy a house right now, 48, 58, 68 with a 30-year mortgage, 68 years old with 2 years and then I retire. Still a lot, but more realistic. But the 50-year mortgage, that's like crazy. And you could be like, all right, what if I buy at an early age? What if I get my house in my 20s or 30s? 20s, okay. Say you're 70, right? Say you get it in 20, you hit 70. Oh my God, my house is paid off. Amazing for you. Amazing for you. The average American lifespan is 78. That's for the white folks. The average American lifespan for black and brown people are in the late 50s, early 60s. What are we doing? And then you have to see, like you ever, like, I don't know how to explain this shit. Like, a lot of you guys love your kids. But then at some point you have to wonder if you're doing a lot of this shit for no fucking reason. And you're gonna be like, well, it's my kids. I would have to do it. But what if your kid's a fuck up? Like, what if your kid's a fuck up? Like, think about it. Like, you've been paying the house for 40 years. He has 10 years left. And he loses the house that you spent 40 years paying for. That's a huge gamble, man. That's a huge gamble. But at the end of the day, you can't take the world with you. See, my problem is not the 50-year mortgage or that he implemented the 15-year car loan. That's fine. All right. That's an option for you to take or not take. That's 100% on you. I've seen too many idiots that go to the fucking dealership with a fucking 7 as a credit score, get a 30% APR loan on a fucking used piece of shit. And they're over here paying double, triple the amount of what the car's actually fucking worth. And they're okay with it. And that's fine. My real gripe is corporate America is buying lands. Corporate America is buying land, building houses, buying blocks, buying all the houses to rent so you can't own. To rent so you can't own. So you can't even live the American dream in the future and be like, oh man, my dream is to get a house, have a family, get a house, own land, make sure we're good. You can't even do that because these corporate fuckers are going everywhere and buying as much real estate as they can to rent it out at an absorbent amount. I did some research in this section. I was laughing because I was looking for rentals around Long Island and Queens and the boroughs and shit like that. And they're doing 1-year leases. 1-year leases. The one that looks like, all right, this is the decent price to rent out this much for a month is a 1-year lease. They used to do 2 to 3 to 4-year leases. These are only 1-year leases, which means you'll come in at this low rate. Like, oh my God, I found it. This is like a gift from God. And then next year, they're going to raise it on you. And I know you guys are like, Mom, Donnie's here. They're going to freeze the rent. That's going to take a minute. That's going to take a minute. That's not going to go right into effect right away. Because I already mentioned it. All these idiots were like, oh my God, he won. The bus is free now. The fuck it is. Shit has to get passed through other channels before it become a thing. That's when I'm like, yo, this whole conversation that we're having, like, oh my God, this is going to happen. Oh my God, the world's going to change. That has to get approved. A lot of shit has to go through other channels to get approved. So that's what we say. A lot of the times these politicians be talking that shit, but it's just empty promises. So what else did I see? Oh, that was fire. I like that. He said, all right. So he actually wrote something on Twitter. He said, many in the fake news media have claimed that we will begin denying. Oh, that's something else. Oh, I don't want to go into that one yet. Give me a second. So my whole thing was the reason I'm blaming this on people, because I mentioned it a while ago, that the economy is in shit right now. Economy's in shit. A lot of people are like, no, it's not. It's in shit. I told you 2 or 3, 4 episodes ago that people are going to McDonald's and putting their food on Afterpay, on Klarma and all this shit. And when I said it, when I posted that video on TikTok, like, you're a dickhead, Why would you do that? Why are you knocking it? You know there's no interest. Why do you feel the need to do that? So, relax. Fast forward to now. Guess what? This is a version of Afterpay for fucking houses and cars. car loans are now extended to 15 years under his regime. So he's like, all right, if you want a 15-year car loan, you can. All right, buddy, go ahead. Let's see what else I got. Breaking 180-month auto loans are now being offered to U.S. in attempts to lower monthly car payments. Son. So even that 15-year auto loan, the average lifespan of a car is about 12 years or 200,000 miles if properly maintained. Certain BMWs, even if properly maintained, them shits don't last. They'll pay for cars even if yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah, that's the craziest things. That's the craziest shit. Like, imagine owning a car, right? Like, after the first 2 years, like, what? The minute you drive the car off the lot, that shit devaluates. That's one. Depending on what car you have, a lot of them shit's cut in half. Subaru plug, even though it's not an ad. Everybody was like, you got a Subaru. You got a Subaru. It makes no sense. Why did you get a Subaru? Research was done here. Research was done that Subarus last long and they retain value. So out of my car loan that I had for 5 years, and I didn't have a bad rate. I had an amazing rate, but I had it for 5 years. On the 4th year, I took it to sell it. I got the car for like about 33, all right? And when I went to go sell it, they gave me 26. That's like a $7,000 loss. Really? But if you're viewing it from a different way. So, all right, so 33 got 26. How much did I have left to pay on the car? 5 bands. Bro, I walked out of that situation so on fucking top. It was amazing. It was amazing. So, yeah, man. People are in this market, this money market, and not knowing how to maneuver with their money. And that's what we really need in school is better financial literacy. Like over here, fucking got us trying to factory work. Fucking nerving them. So the other post that I have from Mr. Donald J. Trump was, many in the fake news media have claimed that we will be denying visas to overweight people. Huge. They have even come up with terms for these people. High-calorie humans. This is totally false. We will not ban all fat people from entering our great country. Only those with poor health. Only those with poor health that will overburden our healthcare system. Visa applicants who are slightly overweight have nothing to worry about. The bigger ones will need to trim down to get approved. This nigga made entering America into a fucking, what's them shit's called? Oh man, it's like a game show or some shit, like a live action dramedy or some shit. Like this shit is hilarious. Like Survivor, but to get into America. Like, oh no, it's for you to get into America. You have to lose 10 pounds in 3 minutes. Go. Like that shit is fucking hilarious. That shit is. So he is like, all right. So he's saying, we're not banning all fat people, but we're banning a lot of fat people. That's basically what's happening. So that's pretty entertaining. Like I said, he's been the most entertaining president for like a minute. So like I've never heard of a president ever doing that. If you're overweight, you can't come here, bucko. So yeah, that's jokes. Like before you come here, before you even like look at the applications, please stand on this scale, please. All right. No, you can't go. Come back next year. Try again next year. That's crazy, son. That's crazy. And you got to see it like this. America's overweight. So I can't really be like, I can't let you do that. I'm like, America's already overweight. A lot of Americans are overweight. It's crazy at a high rate. It's because of all the shit they're putting in the food and just bad discipline and poor health habits and all this shit. So it's like, okay. So our structure, he's absolutely right. Our medical system is already at capacity. And then taking other people's and then adding it to it might be a lot. He might be up to some right there. A lot of people aren't gonna like that, but it is what it is. Also, I deemed it that I attribute money to being fat. I may be wrong and be like, "Oh, look at the people in the South." No, there's a difference. There's American fat, which is okay, they just eat like shit. And then there's third world fat, where it's like, no, they're big because they have some kind of money, right? See, that's a poor way of thinking. Is like, are you saying that the rest of the world is poorer than America? Yes, I am saying. He said, but this money costs so much more than this money. Still, I think America is the one place in the world where we do shit in excess. Like the funniest joke I ever heard of a comedian go was like, can you imagine explaining to somebody that comes from a third world poverty what an appetizer is? Oh, that's the food you eat before you get your real food. What the fuck do you mean you eat before you get your real food? It's like a snack before the meal. Okay. Or that like we use perfectly good water to pee and shit in. Like that's a lot. That's like a lot, bro. That's a lot. Like explaining that shit to people that don't have all those resources like that. Like I talk to people in El Salvador because I have a homegirl that's there, and she's like, "Yeah, my dad has an outhouse, and like it's like built right around the river, so you just poop in it, and it goes into the river." And I'm like, "That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. To go use the facilities, you have to leave your goddamn house, go outside, fight a bear off to go take a shit." And it's like, okay. And she's like, but not all of it's like that. No, I get that. But the fact that there's still people in the world like that, and you're over here like, oh, that's perfectly good water that I could probably drink. Nah, I'm peeing that. I'm a shit on that. Like it's funny. It's funny as hell. So this ban on fat people is kind of funny. It's kind of funny because then it's like, all right, if they lose the weight and they have to reapply for their visa and they gain all this American weight, do they get sent back over there and they have to lose the weight again to get back in it? It's a vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle if you ask me. But yeah, that's what's going on in our world, people. They're banning fat people. They're banning fat people and they're locking us into high interest rate loans. So yeah, fucking rent's too damn high. Mortgage is too goddamn high. My cholesterol's too damn high. My blood sugar's too damn high. It's just a high, high, high. So yeah, that's where we're at in life. Let's see what else I got on my docket. All right. So speaking of ban, Walmart is under fire right now because, as I mentioned before, Walmart has a lot of third party sellers. And a lot of the times they don't really vet what they're selling on the website, which is really a poor part on Walmart's part. So there's a shirt that's deemed racist. And it's basically, I mean, is it really racist against towards black people if the shirt's black? But I digress. I digress. Let me stop before I get shit for that one. So basically, it's a shirt that says "Paper beats rock," and it's the white power sign and a black fist. So it's pretty fucking hilarious that somebody sold that shit on Walmart. They were able to get that off. So there was a backlash on Walmart. I was like, "How could you put that on your site? Why are you okay with that? That's racist. That's this. That's that, and so on and so forth." And I get it. I get your complaint because I told you about the video of the girl walking in Walmart and she had like a Klan man being hung with a Confederate flag, and this woman was like, "That shirt's offensive," and she's like, "To who?" So this is on brand for like racist people. And at what point was this shirt really made in hate, or was it made to like to trigger people and get a response? So that's a better question because there's a lot of people that make shirts that make to get responses, and they were like, "All right, this is not." They're not. Well, they're trying to be racist, but they're trying to be funny racist, and so it's like, all right, cool. So let's see. So all right, so this is where I go. How do you view it? How do you see it? So, in the reverse side, I just saw they have the shirt in white, but in this one, the paper hand, which is the flat like Nazi that looks like the Nazi hand, that hand is black and the fist is white. So it's like okay, and it's marked as funny rock T-shirt. So, I mean, somebody got their panties in a bunch. I was like, hey, yo, what's up? Because if it was only the black shirt, I'm like, okay. But now I'm like, all right, there's a white shirt too. And I'm like, they swapped the colors. So they were just trying to be funny and it just didn't work out. So let's see. I'm going to read some comments. Somebody wrote, nah, I usually think people be doing too much, but nah, they knew what they was doing with this one. I'm like, if you really think about it, that was a point to be like, oh, okay. Somebody was like, I didn't know what I was looking at. Somebody wrote, damn, they're not trying to hide it. Somebody wrote, y'all too sensitive. Somebody wrote, are they still available? Somebody wrote, I need this. But to me, if that was to be racist, that's kind of like not the worst t-shirt design to have out there, to be honest. See, you gotta look at it, the world as a half full kind of shit. All right, so this shirt costs how much? Let's see. Does it say the price? Oh, it doesn't say the price. That's annoying. I'm gonna highball it and it's be like, it probably costs $20, right? $20 for this dumbass shirt. And I've seen this shit on a meme before. So the fact somebody put on a shirt is pretty fucking funny. So out of all the racist shit out there, I'll have this at the bottom. Second place to bottom would be H&M coolest monkey in the room shit. So I was like, okay. And then for shirt, not how they presented it. And then you have Balenciaga with the lips. You have all of these other high-end clothing company that charge an arm and a leg for you to wear some racist shit. If somebody sees that shirt, like, that shit is funny, I'm gonna go get that shit. $20, that's $20. When you go out your way to buy racist shit, that's when we're like, all right, sir or ma'am, you're doing way too fucking much and you're really showing your fucking thing. Is this like what is it called? Like a wage thing? I don't know. Is that like a wage fight? Is it like a social fight? Like, oh, rich people shouldn't spend a lot of money on racist shit. Then it comes down to, so then can poor people spend a little bit of money on racist shit? And then somebody go like, why even create the racist shit? So it's just a whole conundrum that's gonna keep spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, with no real answer in sight. But for that shirt, I found it funny, but I can't find something funny if it really doesn't pertain to me. Because as much as people, no. Because as much as people will try to be like, oh, I understand, I get this, you would never get what it's like to be in a person that's offended shoe that this shirt is meant to be offensive to. That's why I get why people are like, nah, that's bullshit. Da, 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 da. They would never get away. Flip it around, make your other shirt. I'm like, there's people that go through racist shit in this world, and they always just seem to like, I'm gonna turn the other cheek. No, get petty. Make a shirt too. Make a shirt too. Make that shit popping. Go sell that shit. I'm like, an eye for an eye leaves the world blind, but guess what? We won't be able to see that shit no more. I can tell you that much. So, yeah. Did I give the wrong take? Probably. Will this come back and haunt me later? Probably. But let's see where we could go from here. Damn, Iana. Shit. Let's see what else. Paper beats rock. And like, you can see like, now, if they posted a picture of it, like, dude with a mullet and a shirt, and he had like an American flag in the background, like, hell yeah, brother. I'm like, all right, they knew exactly what they were trying to fucking do. This one just seems like this could be deemed this way, but let's make it the other way, but it's all in good fun. But I don't know. This is the world that we're in today. So I'm going to go and get out of there while I still have a career and go to the next section.
Wait, Jose! Jose, I got to tell you something!
Oh, okay. Somebody wrote, what do you know about seasonal depression? Don't speak on my culture. That's fucking funny. That's funny as shit. Don't speak on my culture. My culture is not a gimmick. Sir, if you have seasonal depression, this is where I get in trouble. If you have seasonal depression, you're lucky. Seasonal. Nigga, I got that shit all year long. Over here, seasonal part-time ass nigga. Fuck out of here. But yeah. I can speak on seasonal depression because as I I literally started the show talking about, hey man, be happy. We're about to go spend a shitload of money for like 3 nights. Which would be Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. So that's outfits for all three things. That's clothing for all three things. And that's outfits for all three things. That's gifts. That's showing up with things in hand when you go to other places or getting cooking material. That's you buying bottles. That's this. This is inviting people. This is spending gas. This is spending money. And if you don't got it or you're like really stingy, this is when people get seasonally depressed. It's the time where people go and everybody's with their family. Everybody's this, that, this. And then there's people out there that are like, yo, my family's either on the other side of the world or not close at all, or my parents are gone, or the person that I love is gone. So, yeah. The secret with me is, Betty, what you would understand is, just like the Hulk, I'm always depressed. Always. So, that's my secret right there. So, it's not seasonal for me. So, I'm fine. I'll be good. Hopefully, you'll be good too. Keep fighting your battle. I'm going to keep fighting my battle, but don't speak on my culture. Don't speak on my culture is pretty funny. Thank you for adding that tad bit because that shit was fucking jokes. I just wrote, see, I be writing myself notes. I'm like, all right. And I wrote, that's why I don't record after the holidays. It's so I can heal. See, I was going to start making fun of it. I am such an asshole, bro. I don't record through the holidays so you don't see the hurt in my eyes. Like, oh man, Thanksgiving was so amazing. Oh, cook food. I'm over there like at fucking Burger King. Like, if I close my eyes, I could pretend this is turkey. Son, that's fucking jokes. I'm gonna get out of that question because I did not answer that right. All right, let's see what else I got. Hot take. You haven't had one in a minute. I actually thought of one the other day. Hot take I have is, in Long Island, it is illegal to wear shiesties. But you have to prove you have a medical reason if you have a mask on your face. It's illegal to have a mask, but it's really for the people that wear shiesties. So anybody that has a shiesty, technically you can't identify them because their face is covered. This is where they're trying to bring real IDs and electronic IDs and track people that way and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about this section. So I was like, okay. Wouldn't the best way to tackle this in Long Island would be to hire a G unit, like a group of gay people to follow people in shiesties? It works. At first you're like, hear me out. Hear me out. You're probably like,
No! You cannot trick me! You cannot trick me!
but just hear me out. I'm trying to tell you, the people that wear shiesties, the ones that go out there every day, put a shiesty on, for some odd reason, never cover their ass crack. They never do. Pants are always sagging, ass crack out, dirty underwear. Just out there in the world, face covered, but your ass crack isn't covered. It sounds like an invitation to people that like that shit. But okay. So with people that are familiar with staring at men butt crack within a group of police, be the best one to do that investigation and be ahead of the task force. Like, I know those ass cheeks from anywhere. I can spot those ass cheeks a mile away. So, right? Or am I tripping? Am I tripping? Am I like, no. Like, or is it like, yo, let them cook? So that would make way more sense to me. Like, hey man, oh, that's Tyler over there. That's Jerome over there. Like, imagine like you're walking down the street, like, hey, Philip. Like, how the fuck does he know it's me every time? I know those cheeks. Whatever you say, back freckles. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with that. I'm like, huh, that's very, very interesting to me. I was like, they should do it. Why not put that into play? Why not implement something like that? If you ask me, that's what they should be doing. Let's see what else I got. Is that a hot take? I don't really think that's a hot take. I think that's a medium take, but you guys can let me know. All right, next question. Did you see the AI app that you can make them look like people that passed away in your life? Actually, I have. I just saw it. I was reminded of it when I was looking at the clips. So let me see what it says. Did it say anything worth talking about or regurgitating back to you guys? All right, I just read that. This AI app lets you recreate deceased loved ones as interactive avatars, is drawing heavy criticism, and the app Two-Way is being widely labeled as dystopian and compared to Black Mirror. How do you feel about that? So, one, it's weird. It's weird. But my weird could be somebody else's that's cool. It's weird to me because it's like, it's a slippery slope. I think we were talking about it in the last episode. I was like, yo, like this is kind of like the sixth day where you can upload your conscience and blah, 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 blah. And then people want to upload it to like computers and shit like that. And that's cool and all. It's cool and all, but I don't know. So this app is taking photos of your loved ones, uploading them, giving that body that they uploaded to the AI. The AI is going to generate the rest of it. And you can now continue talking to somebody that's not really the somebody, but you're going to trick yourself to believing that it's somebody. I really need somebody. Well, I really need somebody. Oh, my bad. But yeah. I don't know, man. That's weird. That's weird. It's weird to me because it's kind of like a way not to cope with dealing with death. It's like a loophole around it. Like, oh my God, they're gone, but they're never really gone if they're my AI. I'm telling you, everyday technology is coming in and desensitizing us from the world. Like human interaction is about to end. You could kind of say this with the podcast. I could be having this conversation with people in real life, but I'm having it in front of these two cameras, and you're going to intake the information on your phone, either visually watching it or listening to it. And some of you guys are going to respond to it like I'm in the room with you, and you're going to be like, slippery slope. That's a huge slippery slope. So you can see it like that, or you could be like, hey, man, I really love this person. Sometimes I wish I could hear their voice. And this is the perfect way for me to deal with this. So it's a two-way street. It's weird. It's weird. And then you get the creeps what are like, what if I take a picture of a girl that I really like or a dude that I really like that I really want to be with, but I can't have them in real life, and I make them my AI. That's weird. That's the same conversation that we had with the sex robots. I was like, all right, at what point does society get to the point where they start making molds out of people in real life that they seen in real life, like your fucking neighbor or like somebody in your family? Like, yo, like you see your neighbor walking. He's like, is that my wife over there? He's like, nah, I just bought this robot and I made her look like your wife because I always thought your wife looked hot. So it's like, I'm going to shoot you in the robot. So it's like, okay. It's a slippery slope. I don't know, man. That's the only thing I can say is like, all right, as cool as that is, it's gonna fuck up the balance of life. It really is. Like I already told you guys about ChatGPT, and I just found out like ChatGPT, if you pay more for the app, the AI learns you, uses your slang, and then people are using it for dating advice, living advice, like mentorism from a fucking AI app that's never held breath in the real world, that's never lived a life in the real world. So yeah, man, technology is getting crazy. Technology is getting crazy. And at one point we have to ask yourself, how much of your humanity are you willing to give up for the comfort of AI? That's where I'm at. Because in the Sixth Day too, that same movie, the dude was fucking a hologram. His man's like had like a hologram robot girlfriend. And he was like, I'm tired of dealing with real girls, so I got the hologram. I could tell her go away. She cooks, she feeds, she does this shit, that shit. And that's the joke that I always make with ladies on the podcast. I was like, hey man, these robots are coming. They're gonna get you the fuck out of here. So, and the same thing with the fellas. Like, yo, these robots are coming. They're gonna get you the fuck out of here. Like, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy as hell. You guys gotta get ready for this ride because that's where it's gonna really hit. Like, all right, a lot is really happening right now, but let's figure this shit out. Let me go and get out of here and go to the next section. Wait, I just saw a note. So I wrote a note that said it reminded me of the scene from Civil War, which led to like the Spider-Man. I always relate shit to movies. So basically what happened was in the scene, Tony Stark had somebody in his company create a machine that could like that uses AI to reenact memories in his brain of times that have passed. So like he could spend more time. And that's what it came up with. Like that's what it came off like. Like it was like that. And one of the scenes, he's reliving a moment where he was with his mother and his father, and they're talking about him going away and they're going on a trip and shit like that. And that was the last time they spoke after his parents were killed. So he was like, for like $1.3 million, you could get this technology and you could relive all your memories again. So he wasn't selling. He was just like, all right. But he also deemed it to be dangerous, which led to Spider-Man Homecoming or Away from Home, whichever one it was. No, Away from Home. And same technology that they used to like recreate that scene is like, hey, that's what's being used in that movie for devious shit. So I think we're on the same boat here. The reason I say it's such a big thing when it comes to putting all your trust into AI. See, a year or two, this kid took his life playing a video game because he felt that AI was telling him like, all right, just come home, just kill yourself, right? And he did it. But I'm like, that's the issue that I have. At what point in life do you start putting so much faith into technology like that you feel that you could talk to them, have a connection, they're actually looking out for your best interest and all that shit? That's like, oh, that's weird. But he was a kid, so he was like, okay. But now we're seeing more and more of that on the rise, where people are going to this technology, like, tell me what's wrong with me, tell me this, tell me that. Am I good enough? And depending if, like, let's say, like, I have an asshole personality. I have a huge asshole personality. Pause. So let's say one day, like, I'm really dependent on this technology. And because it studied my behaviors and how I would react to things like that, like, say I just come in there one day, like, really upset, really, like, I'm at my ends wits. I'm at the end of the road. I'm like, yo, I just want this to be over with. And I go, let me go talk to my AI buddy. And my AI buddy would respond the same way I would respond. Like, if you feel that's what you got to do, like, just to be an asshole, just to get a laugh, like, what the fuck do you mean by that? Like, then it's like, oh, okay. And I'm not in the right mind state. And I go, hey, you just do what you got to do, bro. I'm like, I'm over here I'm over here doing shit. I'm busy. I'm busy over here enjoying life. Like, so we're like, all right, fuck it. And then, in theory, I was like, all right, that's confirmation. That's enough confirmation for me for me to go through with this. So yeah, it's wild. I think I'm more worried about a lot of people putting fate into that. See, people are using it already for the wrong shit. So people are using this to analyze text messages and gathering a response to use in that person. So that's the other step that we're at. That's like, okay, like, you know, when a girl texts you like a long paragraph and we don't know what to write? I don't know. Okay, scene. All right. They hate when you write that. But that's a genuine answer. Now dudes are taking that same message, putting it to ChatGPT and be like, how would you respond? And ChatGPT will write some fire shit for you and you'll paste it. And then boom. But it's still really the same result. Like, okay, like, I acknowledge your feelings, I'm gonna keep moving. As opposed to this is like more dressed up and nice. That's more manipulative than the okay. Scene, thumbs up, hearts, whatever. But yeah. Spent too much money. I spent too much time on that section. All right, so let's get out of that section. And we're gonna go to Okay. Good people. Welcome. People here that are here for the part-time lover section only. I appreciate you guys. Keep the video going, keep the movies going, keep the questions going. All right. This section is messy, like a sloppy Joe. So part-time lovers is a section where people submit their questions and I somehow try to give them an answer that might benefit us. All right. You don't have to take the information, use the information, do anything with the information. You don't even have to hear the information. All right. You can submit this question and never come back to it. But a reminder, I'm just a guy with a microphone and 2 cameras. So please don't take all of this information as fact. Okay. You're to make your own judgment. All right. That's me putting all of the honest off of me. So, all right. Let's see what we got for the first one.
So I've been trying to lose weight and I haven't had any luck. My girl said she's tired of my excuses and feels I need motivation. So she enforced no more sex until I lose weight. Is this a form of abuse?
You're a monster.
This girl is a monster. So let me reread it for you guys that didn't catch it the first time. So I've been trying to lose weight and I haven't had any luck lately. My girl said she's tired of the excuses. Sounds like you're unmotivated and feels I need more motivation. Sounds like a true queen. So she enforced no more sex until I lose weight. Is this a form of abuse? Yes and no. Yes and no. All right. She wants you to lose weight so you can be healthy. Okay? You can't say she's in the wrong or any of that shit because she's trying to look out for your best interest. Now, if you were skinny when you guys got together and then you got fat and she wants you skinny again, okay, maybe it's like, all right. I'm like, you're supposed to accept me as me. But if she bagged you as a fat fuck and she's noticing your lifestyle, so you could lose a few pounds, not all the weight, a few pounds, I don't think there's an issue with that. I don't think, because they got you at a big ass weight. So you can't be like, oh no, this is bullshit. This is bullying. All right. Also, holding off from vagina is not bullying. All right. Her body, her choice. Some guys are going to be like, are you cuck? No. If she says no, it's no. Yeah. Now, my response to you is, you're cheating on your diet. So why not? You could cheat on her too. I don't know what the fucking problem is. I don't know why you would think that those are off limits. All right, just got her back from my sponsors. I'm not supposed to say that. You're supposed to love her. You don't cheat on her, all right? You're supposed to be happy with your decisions and your choices, all right? You are always wrong and she is always right, okay? You can't complain about that, all right? Just do what she says, all right? Take the goddamn trash out, all right? Fix some plumbing, all right? Eat a plum, you fat. All right, guys, we're not body shaming, all right? Even though I feel like this episode's about body shaming, but no, you better hope your visa doesn't run out. All right, my bad. Just be happy with yourself and your choices, all right? I don't think she's like doing this to be hurtful because no sex is punishment on both sides. But maybe she's tired of being crushed and maybe she just wants to be held nicely, warming, embracing. Not like, I swear to God, I can't feel my fucking legs. So, yeah. Is it a huge ass? No. If she was saying it for vanity reasons, and like, okay, like, all right, she's a bitch. But if she's telling you for like health reasons, if she notices that you're not motivated and this is the perfect motivation for you, then okay, I'm with her. But you need to be on her side too and lose some weight, either physically or non-physically by dropping her. But totally 100% up to you. Up to you. The only part that she's foul about is all right, I see more shit. She did this during the holiday seasons. She did this during that. She didn't want to cook for Thanksgiving for your big ass. She's tired of making 12-course meals and it's just 2 of you guys. So, yeah, that's sad. That's messed up. Also, how much weight is considered weight loss? Like, did she give like a specific amount? Because technically, I could lose a pound in a day if I really wanted to. I could lose 5 pounds in a day if I really wanted to. But it's like, what do you constitute as weight loss? Is a better question. So, yeah. Good luck with your things, buddy. All right, let's go to the next one. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do.
Stupid what you question is causing me, and my girl to go through it. She asked me if I would choose between her or prime Sydney Sweeney, and got mad with my answer.
Huh? Oh, okay. A stupid ass question is causing me and my girl to go through it. She asked me if I would choose between her or prime Sydney Sweeney and got mad at me with the answer. First of all, you're an idiot for answering it. You're not supposed to answer that. You're supposed to lie to her, all right? As much as they want to be like, dude, would you choose me if I became a worm? No. 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 Get the fuck off my property. If my girl were to turn into a worm and like she tried to crawl on me, the way that she would die so fucking fast, because I'm not gonna register my girl turned into a worm. She better get fucking creative, write some shit out on the floor like, hey, I become a worm. It's me right here. Like, oh shit, that's my girl. We got to figure out what happened. And then a part of me would still be like, I'm gonna put you in the grass and let you fend for yourself. And if you come back, it's meant to be. But yeah, it's a loaded question. That's bullshit. And a lot of girls be asking these questions to be like, oh my God, just for you to lie to them and stroke their ego. It's bullshit. Because how old is your girl? 1. Is your girl fit? 2. Did she pump out a couple of kids already? 3. Because all of those come into play. Because prime Sydney Sweeney probably works out. Didn't have any kids yet. I don't think she has kids. And prime is the key word. If she went prime me versus prime her, that's a different conversation. Because your girl in her prime, when you bagged her, that's when she was the most beautiful. That's when she was this, da-da-da-da. You fell in love with her, right? You don't know fucking Sydney Sweeney for a fucking can on the wall. So you'd be like, why would I choose a girl that I don't know versus my girl in her prime that I fell in love with? See, that would be a better question, miss, if you listen to this. Not, would you accept me as the way I am now versus a young, hot, big-breasted, tight, coochie Sydney Sweeney?
No.
But if you answer that, you're a dickhead, right? You're a dickhead. That's what it is. It's like, oh no, why would I do that? Why would I give some up the good stuff? Like, are you fucking kidding me? And mentioned it before, guys are visual. Guys are visual. Guys like, oh my God, she looks good. I will take that shit down if given the chance. If given the chance. 9 times out of 10, then I'll be given the chance. So, that sounds bad. After speaking to the sponsors, I said I can't give that as an answer either. So let's see. Why can't we just be happy with the choices that we make or have? I think that's crazy. Like if my girl were to be like, hey, if I go up to my girl and go, would you choose prime, let's say, Dwayne The Rock Johnson versus me in my prime, which is still the same build? You're choosing Dwayne. I want to get mad, be like, I'm choosing Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That nigga does mad exercise. That nigga looks like he lift me and everybody up in the world. So he looks like Atlas is what she's gonna say to me. So it's like, okay, can't get mad at that. I would go, would you love him? That's the real one. If you had prime Sydney Sweeney and she let you fuck, would you love her? Depends how tight it is. But it's so fucking bad. But yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, son. But girls really get hemmed up on this question. Like why ask a question that gets you upset about it? That's crazy. And why answer the question to ruin your day? You are choosing violence, even though she started the violence. You are choosing to uphold more violence. And it's crazy. Also, Sydney Sweeney, she's not gonna lie, the neck down, fire. fire. I look at her sometimes. I'm like,
I'm trying to see what that be like right there. Look, be that.
But her face, no. She looks like she's aging her in her face. I don't know how to put it. But to me, she seems like she has an old person face. I've never been attracted to her face. But it wasn't to that goddamn award show when I saw those nukes, those cannons in her chest. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look at Euphoria. I'm gonna go watch Euphoria now. So yeah. It's a loaded question. You should have never answered that, you idiot. Now you gotta go beat off to Sydney Sweeney for the rest of the week because your wife's not gonna give you no box. Dummy. Fucking crazy. That's the same conversation. Like, that's such a shitty, stupid comparison to be like, oh, that's like, oh, when the Chrysler 300s came out, like, oh my God, that looks like a Phantom. And then a Phantom pops up, like, no, that looks like a Phantom. Same conversation piece that we're having. I was like, no, this and that aren't the same. Not the same at all. But good luck in your situation, buddy. Just know that you're gonna be eating takeout or not eating at all or touching her box or going in and out the box or any of that shit. So good luck with you, buddy. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. And thank you for submitting your questions to Part-Time Lover. Hopefully I was able to help you guys. Probably not. But we're gonna keep it moving. All right. Beautiful people, we are close to the end. And I must say, this was a journey. It was fun. I liked it. I had fun, a lot of fun recording this episode. I don't know if you guys are going to enjoy it, but hopefully you guys do. And if you're looking for the last episode, it is down. You can only watch it on YouTube for now. I'm in another appeal battle, of course. That's why you didn't hear music in this episode. Also, I actually had an appeal TikTok because I posted a clip on my Instagram. Go watch it if you want, about me talking about Steven Seagal, and they deemed it hate speech. Did Steven Seagal see it? I'm not getting that. Did Steven Seagal see what I wrote? Because it wasn't hate speech towards Steven Seagal. It wasn't. It was towards his character. It was towards the writer. And it wasn't deemed hate speech. It was me speaking about what I see in the movie and what I'm taking away from it. I wasn't saying nothing hateful. There was a lot of like, why is that a thing? Why was that written into? But yeah. So if you want to see the latest episode, it would be on YouTube. This episode will be fine. This will be back on regular streaming programs. So thank you. I'm going to go and get out of here. But before I do, I want to say thank you to everybody out there that supports me and this show and our journey. Thank you. I want you to set your goals up. I want you guys to be out there hustling, doing good, setting goals, making goals, being the goal. So, yeah. I need you to know that if you set a target, you hit your target, you make another target. If you go for a target and you fall short, I need you to. All right? And if somebody's trying to stop you, look them dead in their face and go,
we're not your little niggas.
We're not. All right? I need you guys to know that. All right? Anybody that deters you from trying to hit your goals, look them dead in their face and be like, yo, I'll put my hand in your chest and look you dead in your eyes and go,
we're not your little niggas.
I be? All right. So I want you guys to be good out there. Keep it safe out there. Be safe. Have fun. Enjoy life, people. If you're feeling sad, try to get out of that funk. And we're going to keep it moving. All right, guys? So I have been your host, Jose Luis, a.k.a.
On My Cool J.
a.k.a.
Wait, Jose!
a.k.a.
Jose, I got to tell you something!
Mr. Big. And I appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you if you're still here. I'm out. Peace out.